silenced, arguably, Reagan did when he brought down the Soviet Union. What he's done is he has silenced, arguably, what was going to be one of the most predatory, obviously terrorist and nuclear-armed states in the world. He's brought them to their knees, and he's commanded the respect of the entire world, and I would include Russia and China in that, by force of his courage and his boldness and his willingness to know right from wrong, which is exactly what Reagan did. He knew right from wrong, and then he acted on right, and no matter how many times people told him he was wrong, he said, I know right from wrong, I'm going to do it. And what Donald Trump did, and by the way, let us not forget our American military at his behest. An extraordinary group of courageous young Americans were behind this, from the operational security and the intelligence planning to the operation itself and the hot wash. I mean, this is an extraordinary moment, performance by an extraordinary group of young Americans who have trust and faith in a president who is garnering not just trust and faith of Americans, but the trust and faith of the world.
Thank you, Bobby. You know, we see a lot of people on the left that are complaining that Trump did not get the required congressional approval. What legal authority really supports the president's ability to carry out such a strike?
Yeah, so this was a president who was putting an end to an urgent problem. Understand that Iran had moved from 20 to 60% enrichment and had doubled the amount of enriched uranium they had, and we're in a hot war already with Israel, one of our closest allies, if not our closest ally in the world. This was a surgical strike, not a going to war. If you need to, an all-out war in which we're going to put ground troops down and we're going to be in combat over an extended period, a predictable period of time, would require a congressional declaration of war. That's not what this is. This was a surgical strike tantamount to what Ronald Reagan did in October of 1987 and in April of 1988, in which he, in an operation called Nimble Archer, destroyed half of Iran's navy. He did that because Iran was being an aggressor. Iran was being an aggressor here and had been, frankly, through their surrogates since October 7. Donald Trump just basically said, you know what? We're not going to let you, a radical, reckless, inhumane, horrifyingly inhumane country, get control of nuclear weapons. And you can come and discipline me later if you want, but the bottom line is I'm not going to let that kind of tragedy befall the globe or the Middle East or Europe or Israel. And so, you know what? This was not war. This was a surgical strike that was spectacularly effective.